Hi, everyone. I want to talk to you today about artist block or feeling creatively stuck and either not sure what to do or frustrated with what you're doing. And this is something that all of us creatives run into eventually or maybe all the time, depending on what you're doing. Welcome. My name is Eric. You can easily apply what I'm saying to just about any creative pursuit. The first four keys are things I prescribe to myself when I'm experiencing artist block. The last three are important things I try to keep in mind. Number one, action is creativity. It does sound like an oversimplification, but it helps me a lot to break it down like this. Action becomes thought, and thought, mixed in there with a few other things, becomes creativity. Really, just do something. If you're frustrated with what you're doing or feeling stuck, I want to formally give you permission to do something else. You don't have to subscribe to the idea that any one thing you do as an artist is any more or less important than anything else you might try. I pretty much always find that doing something different from my usual work ends up tying back into the usual work in unexpected ways and a lot more than I anticipated. Key number two is work on many pieces at once. Now, I seem to have a way of painting myself into a corner when I'm only working on one thing at a time. There's this back and forth dance that a lot of us do as artists, in and out of knowing what to do with a piece. Sometimes I know what to do, other times I don't know what to do. Now, if you stop working completely when you don't know what to do, then your entire creative process is more susceptible to being derailed. If you're not sure what to do with this one, if you go over there and work on that one for a while, what you do on that one will give you an answer what to do on this one, if that makes sense.
So then you won't paint yourself into a corner when you don't know what to do.
Key number three. Copy. In my experience, people almost never care, and it will never be as close to the original as you think it might be. As long as this doesn't become a crutch and you're not trying to sell anybody copyrighted imagery or anything like that, this can be one of the greatest tools you have.
Go steal something.
Find some interesting image to work with. It can be some other artist's work within reason, an interesting advertisement, the way two tabs interact on your screen and you take a screenshot. It can be literally anything. Steal an image from somebody. There are going to be all kinds of things that happen when you're in the middle of making this work that'll make it different from the original. Key number four, give it space. Confession time. Sometimes I really ruin my own pieces when I just can't leave something alone. So I have come to value giving things space. Small, obsessive changes are never going to make it any better. Here's looking at you perfectionists. If your energy for something feels really spent and you're still not satisfied with it, you're probably not seeing it with fresh eyes. You're not seeing it the way that other people would or will, or even the way that you yourself will see it in a week, 6 months, 10 years. Our eyes have a way of getting stuck on a few details within a piece. And when this happens, you can genuinely lose your ability to look at a piece accurately, in my experience. Ask a friend about it. Go for a walk. Get some fresh air. Take a picture and look at the thumbnail on your phone. You can get a lot of information from that. Now we're going to get to the final three keys, which are things that I find really important to keep in mind as an artist, or things that keep me productive and on track when I'm working. Number 5 is to remember that everyone has a low hit rate, by which I don't mean to say everybody is bad, or that we should judge the success or failure of an artwork on an objective hit or not criteria. But I find it very helpful to remind myself that everyone's hit rate is self-determined, and that the artists I know almost universally judge their own work too harshly. But it's normal. You are always going to make some work that you like more and some work that you like less. And if you're looking at that creative genius who's making incredible work and feeling like they always make good work, remember, this works in reverse as well. Something that you made that you don't like probably looks pretty good to someone with less experience than you. And unless you're 6 years old and this is the first time you've been given a crayon, there is someone less experienced than you. Key number 6, remember that frustration is growth. Art is so subjective and broad that it can feel really tricky to learn or practice, But the more time you spend in that space of frustration, as long as you're practicing self-care and not overdoing it, the more you learn and the better you get at learning what you're trying to learn. In my experience, whenever I'm really particularly frustrated by something and I have multiple failed pieces in a row, that usually means something good is coming. And it's not always easy to trust in that, but you will get there, I promise. The more difficult the block you're dealing with, the more creative momentum you will be rewarded with for pushing through. Key number 7, our final key. Not liking something carries a lot more information than liking it. In a sense, you could say it's really good if you don't like something because then it's productive. There's a lot more learning and a lot more growth involved in that. I like to think about this with a doors analogy. Imagine you were in a room with 1,000 doors and every single one of those doors is open and you have the option to walk through any one. It's going to be pretty difficult to figure out what direction you want to go in. If you like something that you did, it doesn't close any doors. All of those doors are still open because what you did was a success. You didn't learn a lot from that other than that was good. Now, if you make something that you don't like, what you're doing is closing doors. A lot of the really successful late career artists that I've talked to have done this. They have gone through their practice over a period of years or probably decades, and they have tried a lot of things, and they know, I don't like this, but I do like this. So that by the time they get to their late career, they've closed 993 out of 1,000 doors, and they are very confident in these 7 doors that they have left because those are their doors. And so just remember, not liking something and continuing to not like it as you go, as long as that frustration doesn't overwhelm you, you can learn so much. If you're frustrated, I believe in you. You can do this. If you continue to work, you will get to the other side of whatever is frustrating you right now. The only actual way to stop your creative momentum is to not do anything. And so just remember, you can achieve what you set out to do. Just keep doing it. And if it feels weird, bad, or frustrating, please trust me when I say that's part of the process. If you trust that frustration and surrender to it, eventually it's going to start turning into a completely different feeling that is much more productive. And I am always happy to get a like and a subscribe. I am brand new to this and starting out my channel, and I would love to continue to spread positivity and encouragement. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much. You can do this.